President Ramaphosa, the chairperson, my colleagues in the executive, all honorable members, the President has presented a pragmatic and decisive speech to resolve the challenges of the people of this country. And I expected a debate from the opposition parties. But what did they come and do here? All of them, without exception, the EFF, the DA, the Freedom Front Plus, they came here to present their election manifesto. They were not here to present solutions to the people of this country. In fact, the Commander-in-Chief or the Supreme Leader of the EFF even presented the state of the city of Johannesburg. Honorable Shivambu has just left here, attempted to present some ideas. But unlike, and I'm very disappointed with Honorable Shivambu, because almost like Honorable Steenhuisen quoted his hero, P.W. Botha, without acknowledging him, on the Rubicon speech. Honorable Shivambu has just dusted off all ANC documents and presented them here as his. Let me show you how. Honorable Shivambu speaks about the state-owned bank. The ANC has resolved on the state-owned bank, and the Minister of Telecommunications has already put a bill in this house. The state-owned bank is already in the process of being constituted. On the issue of Eskom playing a role on renewable, Eskom is already repurposing Komati to play a role in renewables. There is nothing new. As we speak now, Eskom Komati is being renewed. We are working to ensure that Eskom plays a role on renewables. He also came in here and speak about China, that China only deals with one company in terms of unbundling. China has got various state-owned companies in various provinces and regions dealing with energy generation, dealing with distribution, dealing with the supply of electricity. It does not have only one company like ourselves. It is therefore dishonest and intellectual misrepresentation by Honorable Shivambu. We have got a unique challenge and a unique situation which we have to respond to as the governing party. And the President has never said that the state must never play a role in renewables or in the energy mix. It is an energy mix that has been presented over years through the ERP. It's not something that has been brought by President Ramaphosa. And the ISMO bill that once proposed the unbundling and the divisions in Eskom does not come from President Ramaphosa. We have just dusted off the idea and rebuild on it because of the current challenges that the country is facing. So Honorable Shivambu has said nothing new here. He has just brought what the ANC is currently doing. Honorable Gwarubo has just left here. She argues that we have not done anything on COVID-19 theft. It is public knowledge that people have been arrested, monies have been recovered for the theft on COVID-19. The ANC government has held people to account. Through the SIU, money have been recovered that was stolen during the COVID-19. And this ANC government is continuing to work on building and strengthening the NPA. She also says we are not doing anything with Palapala. This parliament debated, considered, and thoroughly looked at the report on Palapala. And this parliament decided in terms of its rules to reject the report of the panel. So this parliament has considered and engaged on the Palapala report. Honorable members and the leader of the opposition, Honorable Steenhuisen, fresh from being labeled a Mampara of the Week by the Sunday Times, has unconsciously exposed the true intentions of the Democratic Alliance. Honorable Steenhuisen, who quoted the Rubicon speech without acknowledging, because you are ashamed to acknowledge the source, the leader of the apartheid regime, P.W. Botha. But in reality, the people of South Africa know that you are cut from the same cloth, both in words and in deeds. Even if you choose not to acknowledge your hero, the Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Honorable Manamela, has unmasked you. The skewed racial service delivery in the city of Cape Town, in the Western Cape, Tshwane, the city of Johannesburg, and everywhere.
Minister, just a second.
Oh, okay.
Honorable Nkosi, on what point are you rising?
Thanks, Chairperson. It's a point of order. Which dusty document of the ANC mentions FSRU? Which document that gathered dust in the ANC talks about FSRU? And how many votes did you get there in Nazareth?
That's not the point of order. That's not the point of order, and will therefore allow the minister to proceed.
Don't worry about Honorable Josie. This is the only opportunity you have to speak. All the minutes have been taken by the Supreme Leader. The position of the DA to attack cadre deployment is also consistent with the P.W. Botha vision. It is a sophisticated racist trope that black people should not hold strategic and leadership positions in the country. As Honorable Nkonjo yesterday correctly demonstrated, there are countless incidents of the DA deploying their own people here in the Western Cape, in other places where they govern at the expense of the fiscus and rationality. Let me remind the DA, when Eskom was named as the global power company of the year, it was not under apartheid. It was led by the ANC in 2002. In this, by the Financial Times Global Energy Awards, the CEO, it was Thulani Kabasha. The South African Revenue Services, not long ago, was one of the best tax revenue collection agencies in the world, and the commissioner was none other than P.G. Gordon. This shows that cadre deployment works. And we have done it before, and we will do it again. In terms of rebuilding the state-owned entities, we will continue to ensure that people of unbreakable record, ethical leaders, lead state-owned entities, they lead in government, and they revive state-owned entities, including government departments. The two institutions that I just referred to, Eskom, they were not broken down by cadre deployment. They were broken down by systematic corruption and not just by being led by black people, as the DA strongly says. It was corrupt individuals. And it is for that reason that last week in court here in the Western Cape, when officials appeared of the city of Cape Town for the corruption here, it was not said it's the DA. It was those officials who appeared in court. And those officials, they are continuing the trial. We will allow the processes of the law to take its place. Same as will allow the processes of the law to take its place with all people that have been arrested for the corruption at Eskom. Those individuals will be held to account. A free and a fair trial will ensue. Honorable Speaker, here sits leaders of the opposition parties who meet regularly with one sole purpose: to remove the ANC from power. It has got nothing to do with service delivery or about the people of this country. Their agenda has got nothing to do with water, has got nothing to do with provision of electricity. It is only and nothing else. And the people of South Africa must know them, because this country is not only run for elections, but we are running South Africa to provide services. It's about the people. We do not just exist for our own sake, but to deliver services to the people of this country. And we will continue through the guiding SONA that the President has delivered, to continue to resolve the challenges of electricity, to continue to resolve the challenges of water provision, to continue to resolve the challenges of unemployment, to continue to resolve the challenges that of GBV that were said here. I'm going to give stats. But honorable members, the President has led by sharing his power, even accepting some of the inputs from various political parties in this country. It is what we expect, that the opposition parties must come into the party. The crisis we are in, it is not as a making, and it is not a crisis for political opportunism to campaign. We all have an opportunity when next year comes, we are going to campaign. But now let's resolve the energy crisis, which is ESCOM. And the President has said everyone must bring their ideas. Well, Honorable Scriber, yesterday, he made us to play a guessing game of who said what. Well, let's see if you could guess this, Honorable Steenhuisen. If the government declared a state of disaster, it will unlock the emergency reprioritization of resources. Guess who said this, Honorable Steenhuisen? It's not Fikile Mbalula, the Secretary General of the ANC. No, it's not. It's Honorable Kalcharia, the DA spokesperson on public enterprises. But what does the DA do? They have now flip-flopped. They've changed. They are saying a state of disaster will lead to unemployment. I must tell you, Honorable Kwarube, it is not the state of disaster that led to unemployment. It was the pandemic of COVID-19. It was the pandemic that affected a number of jobs, a number of challenges, unemployment, and all the issues that today led to this country struggling economically. We are now working to rebuild the economy, and we are back to the pre-COVID-19 economic growth statistics. What we need is to build from there as a society, and we can do so if we resolve the energy crisis. We will be able to resolve the economic challenges of our country, the unemployment challenges of our country, and the high crime rate that honorable members are bemoaning. And Honorable Kwaribe says there is no conviction on GBV. I must state that that is totally incorrect. It is wrong. On GBV, 74% conviction rates across the country, which is happening every day. Our courts are convicting someone, giving them harsh sentences on a daily basis. And this, I'm sucking, it's reality. Katlego Mabote was convicted by the Johannesburg High Court. 396 convictions from 420 verdict cases. 5 additional TCC sites were established from the 2020-21-2022 financial year, bringing the total to 60. During the reporting period, 34,456 matters were reported to the Tutuzela care centers, a conviction rate of 76%. So it is not true that there is no work that is being done. Indeed, gender-based violence continues to be a challenge, but here, Honorable Sheriff come and says we must not politic and use gender-based violence, but she does the opposite. She does exactly what she wants us not to do. This is a matter that all of us must work together to resolve as a society. It is a challenge that is facing this country, and we must work to ensure that we eradicate all forms of gender-based violence. And as you speak here, Honorable Steenhuisen, Honorable Karibe, and Honorable Shivambu, you want to continue to play the divide and rule with the ANC. Believing that you are going to divide the deputy president with the president, you will divide the president and the deputy president of the republic and the newly elected deputy president of the ANC. You also believe you can divide Honorable Mantashe and with PG. And that's why you continue to start to play those games. Honorable Shivambu, that is what you are saying, Honorable Grunewald, and everyone. You will not divide the ANC. We have emerged from a conference. We are united in unison, marching together to address the challenges the people of South Africa are facing. We are out of Nazareth. We are done. I hear Honorable Josie. He thinks that he's mocking me with the numbers. As a true Democrat, I have accepted the outcome. We are continuing, all of us here in the ANC, and we know that we can only resolve the challenges of our country if we work together as a unit and united. And we call the people of South Africa to march with the ANC through the call that the President has made, that all of us, let's make our contribution to resolve our social challenges. I want to conclude, Honorable Chairperson, by paying tribute to the fallen heroes of our struggle. The fallen heroes in our country who has played very important role, the former Speaker Ginwala and people in the arts and sports. The former captain of Orlando Pirates, Mr. John Mieti, who belonged to the golden generation of Bafana Bafana. And also the untimely murder of AKA. And we call the police to arrest swiftly those who perpetrated this crime, including his friend, the chef, Tabele Motswana. In 2017, on an NTV in Kenya, in an interview with Larry Madowo, who is now an international CNN correspondent, AKA said the following, and I quote, "We are trying to go to the next stage of our revolution. The first stage of the revolution was political power. Now we are trying to get economic power for the masses in South Africa. But I believe in the potential of South Africa. I believe in my people as our greatest resource. Rest in peace, Super Mega. May the Lord take its course." Thank you very much.